Hi there. In this lesson, we will focus upon irregular verbs. Irregular verbs have different past tense endings. They're irregular. So far, we've used verbs ending with ed. Take a look at this list. Common irregular verbs. So there's the verb and the sentence with the verb in the past tense. Do, I did the work yesterday. Go, I went to the baseball game last night. Get, I got the email yesterday. Come, I came to the classroom yesterday. Sit, I sat on the bench this morning. Have, I had 3 pencils a day ago. See, I saw everything on my way to class yesterday. Stand, I stood behind the desk 2 days ago. Write, I wrote my exercise last night. Sleep, I slept very well after my exercise last night. Notice that the past tense forms of these verbs are not ed. You must learn them. They're irregular. Sorry, you've got to learn them. So, come, came, get, got, do, did, go, went, sit, sat, stand, stood, write, wrote, sleep, slept. An example with sit and sat. I always sit in the second chair, and I sat in the third chair yesterday. But notice, frequency adverbs are used only in the present tense, not in the past tense. Okay, first, repeat these combinations after me. Come, came, get, got, do, did, go, went, sit, sat, stand, stood, write, wrote, sleep, slept. That's good. All right, now let's practice some present and past tense sentences with irregular verbs, of course. Say them aloud, please. For example, I'll say the present tense sentence, she usually sleeps 8 hours every day. And you make the past tense sentence. Remember what I told you about frequency words, not in past tense. So you say, she slept 8 hours yesterday, or last night, or last Monday. Okay? Let's begin. She usually sleeps 8 hours every day. She slept 8 hours last night. Okay? Robert comes to class at 7 o'clock. He came to class at 7 o'clock yesterday. I stand before the whiteboard every day. I stood before the whiteboard yesterday. Maria and Helen do their homework every day. They did their homework last night. We see the web page each morning. We saw the web page yesterday morning. The pupils always sit in the front of the room. They sat in the front of the room yesterday. Mrs. Amir gets a newspaper every morning. She got a newspaper last night. She writes her letters every afternoon. She wrote her letters last night. We usually have 2 eggs for breakfast. We had 2 eggs for breakfast yesterday. I usually sleep for 8 hours. I slept for 8 hours last night. They go to the opera on Wednesdays. They went to the opera last night. That's very good. And now let's try an exercise. In the following exercise, we'll continue our work with irregular verbs and past tense. You'll have the opportunity to write sentences using the past tense forms of these irregular verbs. Pretty easy. You'll see the present tense sentence, Maria goes to a concert every month, and your job is to write the past tense sentence, Maria went to a concert 2 days ago or last night. Be sure you write a past time expression, right? Okay? So put your program on pause, look at your study guide, and continue the exercise. Return here when you're finished. Okay, let's review that exercise. You saw the present tense sentence, Maria goes to a concert every month, and you wrote the sentence using a past tense verb. Maria went to a concert 2 days ago. And then she enjoyed music last evening. They worked in the house yesterday morning. I had a cup of tea last evening. They saw Mrs. Cruz last night. We ate breakfast early last Sunday, and they stood in line in the cafeteria yesterday. Very good.